Good morning, everyone. Imagine starting your day not just with alarm clocks and rush, but with a spark that lights up your entire life. Imagine that every morning, in just 20 minutes, you could set the tone for energy, joy, and clarity that lasts the whole day. You see, mornings are not just a part of the day, they are the seed of your destiny. How you begin sets the rhythm of your thoughts, the strength of your spirit, and the quality of your decisions. I want you to know today that you do not need hours, complicated routines, or expensive techniques to transform your mornings. You need a heart aligned with purpose, a mind calm and focused, and a spirit connected with God. In the next 20 minutes, I am going to share with you a way to power up your morning, a way to start every day feeling inspired, alive, and in tune with the higher power that guides us all. These are practical steps, grounded in life, enriched by spirituality, and proven to bring peace, clarity, and unstoppable energy into your life. Rising before the world wakes up is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. It is not merely about waking early for the sake of routine or discipline. It is about stepping into a sacred space of silence, a space where the day is still untouched, unspoiled, and full of possibilities. Imagine a moment when the sun is just beginning to paint the sky in gentle shades of gold, when the streets are quiet and the air is calm. That moment is yours. It belongs to you and to your soul. In those first few minutes, before the demands of life pull you in every direction, you have a chance to connect with something much larger than yourself. The infinite presence of God, the guiding force that flows through everything. Think about it in practical terms. Most people wake up only to be caught in a race against time, against traffic, against emails, against the expectations of others. Their minds are immediately pulled into worry and stress. But when you rise before the noise, you gift yourself clarity, you gift yourself time to breathe deeply, to feel the rhythm of your own heartbeat, and to remind yourself of who you are at the core, a being of infinite potential, guided and supported by a higher power. Even 5 minutes of stillness, of conscious awareness, can set the tone for your entire day. Consider the story of someone who wakes up at 6 in the morning, before the children stir, before the city comes alive, before the phone rings. In those moments, they take a few deep breaths, stretch their body, and simply sit in silence. There are no deadlines yet, no meetings, no pressure. They close their eyes and feel gratitude for the simple act of being alive. They whisper a small prayer or affirmation, acknowledging the divine presence that has gifted them another day. This small practice might seem insignificant at first, but it creates a ripple effect. Their mind feels lighter, their decisions become clearer, and their heart feels calmer as they step into the day. Waking early also gives you a sense of control over your life. You are no longer reacting to the chaos of the world. You are choosing how to begin. When life throws challenges at you, it is this early connection with silence and God that allows you to respond rather than react. Picture a person who usually wakes up late, immediately checks their phone, and is bombarded by messages and news. Their mind is already clouded before they even brush their teeth. Contrast this with the person who wakes early, drinks water, breathes deeply, and spends a few moments in reflection. Which person do you think carries peace into the workplace? Which person navigates problems with calm and wisdom? The difference is not magic. It is the power of a morning risen before the world demands your attention. Let's look at daily life examples. A student wakes up early and spends 20 minutes quietly reviewing lessons or visualizing their goals. That student enters the classroom not with anxiety, but with confidence and focus. A mother wakes up before her children, and in the quiet of the morning, she finds space for meditation or journaling. By the time her family rises, she is already centered, calm, and ready to face the day with patience and love. A professional wakes up early and spends time in prayer or contemplation, aligning their thoughts with purpose before entering meetings. Suddenly, decisions feel intuitive, interactions are filled with kindness, and the stress of deadlines feels manageable. Rising before the noise is also a lesson in discipline and self-respect. You are telling yourself and the universe that your inner life matters, that your spirit matters. God has given you this body, this mind, and this breath, and choosing to start the day intentionally is a way of honoring that gift. It is a subtle but powerful act of devotion, a reminder that your day is not just a series of tasks. It is a canvas, and you are the painter. Moreover, mornings hold a kind of sacred energy. In those early hours, the mind is more receptive, the heart more open. The words you speak, the thoughts you nurture, the intentions you set, they all carry greater power. By choosing to rise before the world, you are tapping into this energy, and every moment spent in mindful presence amplifies it. It is in this time that you can reflect, plan, and connect with God in a way that is unbroken by distractions. So, start with small steps. Perhaps tomorrow, set your alarm 15 minutes earlier. Spend that time sitting quietly, breathing, and noticing life around you, the warmth of the sunlight, the gentle sound of birds, the rhythm of your own heartbeat. Gradually, you will see that these moments become not just a habit, but a sanctuary. You will notice that challenges feel smaller, and clarity comes faster, and joy flows more freely. Every great day begins here, in the quiet, sacred space, before the world stirs. Rising early is not just about time, it is about alignment. It is about tuning your mind, body, and soul to the frequency of peace, clarity, and divine guidance. When you give yourself this gift, you are not just starting a day, you are starting a life of purpose, energy, and spiritual strength. The simple act of rising before the noise can transform ordinary mornings into extraordinary beginnings, and ordinary people into beings of light, courage, and inspiration. Gratitude is the secret ingredient that transforms ordinary mornings into extraordinary beginnings. It is a simple act, yet its impact is profound. So profound that it changes not just how your day unfolds, but how your entire life feels. Most of us start our day focusing on what we lack, what tasks await us, what challenges lie ahead, or what we wish we had. But what if we began our day differently? What if the first thought that crossed our mind was not about stress, deadlines, or worries, but about the sheer gift of life itself? That small shift is the doorway to joy, peace, and inspiration. Think about waking up in the morning and simply whispering a quiet, "Thank you," for the breath in your lungs, for the beating of your heart, for the roof over your head. At first, it may feel small, almost inconsequential. But when you begin to notice the abundance already present in your life, something magical happens. Gratitude realigns your mind to the presence of God in every detail, from the warmth of sunlight streaming through your window to the gentle rhythm of your morning routine. It is in these small recognitions that we discover life's richness, not in material possessions or external achievements, but in the very gift of existence itself. Let me give you a real life example. Imagine a young professional rushing out of bed, groggy and irritated, immediately scrolling through emails. Her mind is already clouded with stress, anxiety, and comparisons. Now, imagine another version of her who, upon waking, closes her eyes, and silently acknowledges 5 things she is grateful for: the comfort of her bed, the nourishing food she will eat, the friends who care for her, the wisdom she gains from her work, and the divine presence that watches over her. That simple practice takes just 2 minutes, but it transforms her energy. She walks into her day with warmth in her heart, focus in her mind, and a calm confidence that radiates to everyone around her. Gratitude also shifts our perspective from scarcity to abundance. Life is full of challenges, traffic jams, deadlines, conflicts. But when we begin with acknowledgement of what is already good, we are no longer prisoners of stress. We begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles. A student preparing for exams might feel overwhelmed by the syllabus, the pressure to perform, and the fear of failure. But if that student starts the morning appreciating the gift of education, the support of teachers, and the capacity of their own mind, suddenly studying becomes an act of joy rather than a burden. Gratitude does not erase challenges, it gives you the inner strength to face them with courage and clarity. Even in relationships, gratitude works wonders. A mother preparing breakfast for her children may feel exhausted by routine, unnoticed, and overwhelmed. But if she pauses for a moment to appreciate the laughter of her children, the love in her home, and the small joys of nurturing, the mundane transforms into meaningful. Gratitude is not about pretending life is perfect. It is about recognizing that even in imperfection, there is something to treasure. This recognition connects us to God's presence in every ordinary detail, reminding us that life itself is a divine gift. Another powerful way to practice gratitude is to make it active, not passive. Rather than simply thinking, "I am grateful," express it. Say, "Thank you," to a loved one, write a note of appreciation, or silently bless the people and circumstances that support your life. Each act of acknowledgement multiplies positivity, filling your morning with warmth and light. Even small actions ripple outward. The smile you carry from this gratitude can uplift a colleague, calm a friend, or inspire a family member. You are not just transforming yourself, you are infusing the world with positivity through the simple act of being thankful. Gratitude also strengthens our connection with God. When we pause to recognize the abundance in our lives, we are, in essence, recognizing the divine source of all life. Every breath, every heartbeat, every sunrise is a reminder of God's presence. By beginning our morning with thankfulness, we anchor ourselves in this eternal presence. We realize that we are never alone, we are always supported, guided, and loved. This awareness instills resilience, serenity, and a sense of purpose that no external circumstance can shake. Incorporating gratitude into your morning does not require hours or elaborate rituals. It can be as simple as a mental list, a whispered prayer, or a moment of reflection while washing your face or sipping water. The key is consistency. Each morning, without fail, acknowledge what you have rather than what you lack. Over time, this practice rewires your mind. Stress becomes manageable, fear diminishes, and joy becomes natural. Gratitude becomes the lens through which you view every challenge, every interaction, and every moment. So, tomorrow morning, before checking your phone, before rushing into tasks, close your eyes and say thank you. Thank God for the breath that fills your lungs, for the warmth of the sun, for the people who love you, and for the opportunities that await. Let gratitude fill your heart first, and watch how it colors every thought, every action, and every relationship throughout the day. This is not just a morning ritual. It is a practice of spiritual awakening, a key to inner peace, and a way to step into life fully awake, fully present, and fully alive, movement is more than just physical activity. It is a way to awaken the life force that flows within us, a way to honor the temple of our body, and a pathway to align ourselves with the divine rhythm of the universe. In our modern lives, we often underestimate the power of the body in shaping our mind and spirit. We sit for hours, absorbed in work, scrolling through screens, and neglect the vessel that carries our consciousness, forgetting that every movement we make has the potential to energize not just our muscles, but our soul. The morning offers a perfect opportunity to reconnect with this energy, to awaken fully, and to prepare ourselves to face the day with vitality, clarity, and spiritual alignment. Imagine waking up and immediately stretching your arms above your head, feeling the tension of sleep melt away. Every stretch, every breath, every small movement sends a signal to your mind that the day has begun, that your body is alive, and that you are ready to engage with life fully. Even simple actions like bending forward to touch your toes or rolling your shoulders gently create waves of energy that move from your muscles to your nervous system and ultimately to your mind. You feel lighter, more alert, and more capable. These small moments of movement are not just exercises, they are acts of gratitude for the body that allows you to experience the beauty of life. Consider a person who starts the day with a brisk walk in the fresh morning air. The gentle sunlight warms the skin, birds sing, and the world is still quiet. With each step, the mind finds calm, the heart opens, and the spirit feels expansive. Thoughts that would otherwise be clouded with worry begin to settle. The rhythmic motion of walking becomes a meditation, a dialogue with the divine presence that is everywhere. The problems that seemed overwhelming yesterday suddenly appear manageable. Energy flows, creativity sparks, and a sense of well-being pervades the day. This is the power of movement in the morning. It is both a physical awakening and a spiritual preparation. Daily life offers countless examples of how movement transforms our energy. A mother performing a few stretches before the children wake is not just preparing her body, she is preparing her mind and spirit to face the day with patience and calm. A student practicing yoga or a few minutes of mindful exercise before school or college not only wakes their body, but also sharpens their focus and enhances memory. A professional who starts the day with a short routine of jumping jacks, stretches, or mindful breathing enters meetings with confidence, alertness, and a positive aura. Movement becomes a bridge between the body and the mind, helping both align with the higher purpose that guides every day. Moreover, morning movement is a declaration of self-respect. By dedicating even 10 minutes to your body, you are telling yourself that you value the gift of life and the vessel that carries your spirit. God has entrusted you with this body, and caring for it is a way of honoring that divine gift. When you respect your body, you naturally respect your mind and your life. You begin to act with more mindfulness, make healthier choices, and approach challenges with a grounded energy. This simple act of moving intentionally in the morning transforms not only your day, but the way you relate to the world. Movement also has a profound effect on emotional and spiritual balance. When you engage your body, you release stress and tension that accumulate overnight. Breathing deeply during stretches or mindful exercises floods the system with oxygen, invigorates the brain, and lifts the spirit. Emotions that might cloud judgment are balanced, and the heart opens to positivity. This is particularly important in today's fast-paced world, where stress, anxiety, and distractions constantly pull us away from our inner calm. Movement in the morning is like a reset button, bringing your entire being, body, mind, and soul into harmony. Another powerful aspect of movement is the opportunity for reflection and connection with God. While stretching, walking, or doing simple exercises, you can silently meditate, repeat affirmations, or visualize the day ahead. Each motion becomes a prayer, each breath a form of gratitude. You begin to realize that your body is not separate from the divine. It is an instrument through which life flows. By moving intentionally, you are not only preparing yourself physically, but also opening channels for divine energy to guide your thoughts, words, and actions throughout the day. Even small movements can have transformative effects. Rolling your shoulders, bending, twisting, or a few minutes of gentle yoga can release stiffness, increase circulation, and awaken energy you didn't realize was dormant. The key is consistency. By dedicating the first moments of the morning to movement, you create a habit that strengthens your body, sharpens your mind, and elevates your spirit. Over time, this habit builds resilience, focus, and inner peace, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with ease and grace. So tomorrow morning, before the world demands your attention, before distractions pull you into chaos, spend a few minutes moving your body intentionally. Stretch, breathe, walk, or perform a simple exercise that awakens energy and vitality. Feel the gift of your body, acknowledge the life force within, and connect with God in the quiet rhythm of motion. This is not merely physical preparation, it is a spiritual awakening. Every movement becomes an expression of gratitude, every breath a reminder of life's divine gift, and every step a step toward clarity, strength, and joy. By honoring your body through movement, you honor the spirit within, setting a powerful tone for a day filled with purpose, energy, and divine alignment. Focusing your mind with intention is one of the most powerful acts you can do in the morning. Our mind, like a river, tends to flow in whatever direction it is nudged. Most people wake up and immediately allow the world to dictate the current of their thoughts. Emails, messages, news, obligations, and opinions of others. But when you begin your day with deliberate intention, you take control of the flow, steering it towards purpose, clarity, and spiritual alignment. Setting intentions is not merely a mental exercise, it is a spiritual act, a way of aligning yourself with God and with your higher self and with the energy of the universe. It is declaring to the day, I choose how I respond, I choose how I act, I choose how I feel. You consider a simple but powerful example. A student wakes up at 6 in the morning, ready to face a long day of classes. Instead of diving into anxiety about exams, grades, or schedules, they close their eyes for a few minutes and ask themselves, what kind of person do I want to be today? How can I approach challenges with patience? How can I learn and grow? That simple act of setting an intention transforms their entire mindset. When a difficult question comes during a class, instead of panicking, they calmly think, I am capable of learning this. When a peer challenges them, instead of reacting defensively, they remember their intention to act with kindness. Setting intention creates a shield of mindfulness around every action, thought, and interaction. Daily life offers countless illustrations of the transformative power of intention. A working parent wakes up with the intention to remain calm and present with their children, even in the morning rush. The moment the kids spill breakfast or ask repeated questions, instead of frustration rising, the parent smiles and breathes, remembering the intention set in the quiet of the morning. The same principle applies at work. A professional who intends to handle challenges with grace approaches meetings with a sense of purpose, even when the workload is overwhelming. Intentions act as a compass, guiding decisions, responses, and emotions toward what truly matters. Intentions also shape the quality of your energy. When you start the day without direction, your mind may scatter across worries, distractions, and negative self-talk. But when you intentionally set the tone, the energy of focus, positivity, and purpose naturally follows. Picture someone starting their day by intending to be patient, compassionate, and productive. Their energy radiates calmness to colleagues, warmth to family members, and clarity to themselves. It is as though the morning intention creates a ripple effect, influencing not just personal experience, but the environment around them. Spiritual alignment is another dimension of intention. When you consciously choose to align your thoughts and actions with God, you anchor yourself in something eternal, unshakable, and profoundly empowering. This alignment is not about perfection. It is about awareness and choice. Every moment you can remind yourself, I am guided, I am supported, I act with purpose. A farmer rising early, setting an intention to nurture the crops with care and gratitude, works with a sense of connection to nature and the divine, transforming labor into devotion. A teacher intending to inspire curiosity and understanding in students becomes more patient, creative, and joyful in every lesson. The practice of intention is strengthened when paired with reflection. Take a few minutes in the morning to ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish today? How do I want to feel? How can I bring positivity to others? Writing these intentions down, speaking them aloud, or simply holding them in silent meditation reinforces their power. Life is unpredictable and challenges will come, but a mind guided by intention is less likely to be thrown off balance. It responds with wisdom instead of reaction, with patience instead of frustration, and with hope instead of fear. Even small intentions can lead to remarkable transformations. Imagine starting the day with the simple intention to smile at everyone you meet. That small decision not only lifts your own mood, but also brightens the lives of countless others. Setting the intention to listen deeply in conversations transforms relationships. Deciding to act with honesty, even in small matters, strengthens integrity and self-respect. The beauty of intentions lies in their simplicity and universality. They are accessible to everyone, yet profoundly impactful when practiced consistently. Intentions are also reminders of your connection to God. When you set a purpose for your day, you are acknowledging that life is not random, that your thoughts and actions have meaning, and that the divine supports your journey. Even in moments of difficulty, returning to your morning intention allows you to navigate challenges with grace. It is a compass pointing toward wisdom, love, and higher purpose. So, tomorrow morning, before the chaos of life pulls your mind in every direction, take a few moments to focus inward. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? What kind of energy do I want to carry? How can I serve, love, and grow? Let your intentions guide your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Align them with God's presence and watch as your day transforms. Challenges will come, but with intention, your responses will be conscious, your mind will be clear, and your heart will remain connected to the divine. A morning spent with focused intention is not just a start to the day, it is a foundation for a life filled with purpose, joy, and spiritual strength. Nourishing your soul with inspiration in the morning is like feeding a lamp before it is lit. It ensures that the light you carry throughout the day burns bright, steady, and unwavering. In our busy lives, we often focus on physical nourishment, breakfast, coffee, vitamins. But we forget that our spirit craves sustenance too. The first thoughts, reflections, or readings of the morning act as spiritual food, energizing the mind, calming the heart, and connecting us to God. When you take even a few minutes to uplift your soul, you are setting a foundation for a day filled not just with action, but with purpose, clarity, and joy. Consider a person who wakes up early and immediately reaches for their phone, scrolling endlessly through news, social media, or messages. Their mind is bombarded with external content that may include worry, criticism, or comparison. Within moments, the soul becomes restless, the mind scattered, and the heart anxious. Contrast this with someone who, in those same moments, chooses to read a verse of spiritual wisdom, listen to an inspiring story, or meditate on gratitude and kindness. Their heart opens, their mind clears, and their spirit feels connected to something larger than themselves. That small investment of time creates a ripple effect that shapes the entire day. Daily life is filled with opportunities to nourish the soul. A student can begin the morning by reflecting on the lessons of yesterday, expressing gratitude for knowledge gained, and seeking divine guidance for learning today. By doing this, studying transforms from a mechanical task into a sacred journey of growth and discovery. A parent preparing for the day can spend a few minutes contemplating the joy of raising children, the blessings in the home, and the divine presence that guides family life. Suddenly, chores, routines, and responsibilities are imbued with meaning and purpose rather than being burdens to bear. Nourishing the soul is also about feeding the mind with positivity, stories of courage, or reflections on kindness. Imagine waking up and spending 5 minutes reading about someone who overcame adversity, or a simple teaching that emphasizes compassion and patience. That energy flows into your thoughts and interactions. When challenges arise, you are equipped to respond with calmness instead of frustration, with love instead of judgment. This is not wishful thinking. It is practical spiritual training. The mind and heart that are strengthened by inspiration are resilient, creative, and aligned with God's guidance. Even in simple acts, the soul can find nourishment. Listening to soft music that lifts the spirit, taking a moment to visualize the day with positivity, or silently acknowledging the blessings in life all act as forms of spiritual sustenance. A teacher, before entering the classroom, can spend a few minutes recalling the joy of shaping young minds, connecting to the higher purpose of their work. A professional facing a demanding day can reflect on the ways their skills serve others, transforming tasks into acts of contribution rather than obligation. By feeding the soul first, you ensure that every action and decision is fueled by awareness, kindness, and divine connection. The practice of morning inspiration also strengthens resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges often arrive unannounced. But when your soul is nourished early in the day, your inner foundation is strong. Difficult conversations, stressful deadlines, or unexpected obstacles are no longer overwhelming. They become opportunities to practice patience, empathy, and wisdom. Inspiration in the morning acts like spiritual armor, allowing you to navigate the day with a calm and centered mind, grounded in the understanding that you are part of something greater, guided by God. Practical daily examples illustrate this beautifully. A doctor waking up early may spend 10 minutes meditating on compassion and service. When a demanding patient or challenging situation arises, the doctor responds with patience and clarity, bringing healing not just physically but emotionally. An entrepreneur might start the day reading motivational passages or reflecting on purpose-driven goals. When difficulties appear in business decisions, the calm and inspired mindset prevents impulsive reactions and encourages thoughtful solutions. In every example, nourishing the soul creates a foundation that uplifts not only personal performance, but also the lives of everyone around. Spiritual nourishment is also a reminder of our connection to God. When we spend time in reflection, reading, or meditation, we acknowledge that our lives are not just about tasks and responsibilities. They are about growth, love, and alignment with a higher purpose. Every morning spent in this way deepens our awareness of God's presence in our thoughts, actions, and relationships. It reminds us that even the smallest acts, when performed with a conscious heart, are meaningful and sacred. You do not need hours or elaborate rituals to nourish the soul. Even 5 minutes of focused reflection, reading, or meditation can create profound change. The key is consistency and intention. Make it a habit to feed your spirit before you feed your mind with distractions or your body with routines. Let inspiration be the first light of your morning, illuminating the path for your thoughts, choices, and interactions. So, tomorrow, take a moment in the quiet of your morning to nourish your soul. Read a verse that uplifts you, reflect on a lesson that inspires you, or meditate on the divine presence that guides you. Let this energy fill your heart, clear your mind, and elevate your spirit. When the soul is fed first, every challenge becomes manageable, every task becomes meaningful, and every interaction becomes an opportunity to radiate love, kindness, and joy. Nourishing your soul in the morning is not just a routine, it is a way to align your life with God, purpose, and the infinite possibilities of each new day.